What is going on, everybody? My name is Dan Becker. Welcome back to the channel. We talk about hiking, backpacking, and gear. Today, we're talking about the gear portion of those three items. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a sweatshirt and it has been 80 degrees Fahrenheit here in Wisconsin, it's because I spent a little too much time in the sun, okay? So I got the world's worst farmer tan, and I don't want to put you guys through that. And then I also picked a red background. I thought that might actually hide my face. I don't know if it did, but let's just see if another color might do better. Is that better or is that worse? Does that make me look like the American flag? Red, white, and blue. Pretty patriotic though, hey? Maybe we should go back to the red color. How's that? Is that better? Let's just stick with red. So it's the beginning of the backpacking season for most people because, well, things are finally opening up, and I've got a trip planned this weekend I cannot wait to go on, and then I've got another trip in the middle of June I can't wait to go on. Super excited about all of that stuff, and hope you guys are getting to get out on trips finally too, and things are finally opening up for you guys. Let me know in the comments below sort of the status of where you're at, whatever country, state, wherever you guys are, of backpacking, and if things are finally opening up, or maybe they've been open this whole time. All right, let's jump right into it. This is the gear that you do not need to buy. Like if you're new to backpacking, you definitely don't need to buy this stuff. Or if you're maybe going once or twice a year, or just maybe dipping your toes into backpacking just to see if you like it, this is stuff you absolutely 100% do not need to buy. You can come up with ways to do this on your own, 100% free, with the exception of one item. It might cost you just like $1 or $2. It's really not expensive at all. So I'm going to show you the items that I normally bring backpacking, and then I'm going to kind of give you the free alternative for this stuff, and hopefully this will save you guys a ton of money as you're starting out this 2020 backpacking season. This is the trail runner that I use. This is the Ultra Timp 1.5. Those are the trail runners that I normally take with me. Those are literally the most comfortable shoes I have ever worn in my life. They have a really big, my wife calls it a duckbill toe, so I'll just show you real quick. Kind of bows out here on the top, and so I don't wear these like unless I'm hiking. My wife won't even let me wear these out in public because she says they're like the dorkiest looking shoes ever. I don't really care. They are super comfortable, so I love these shoes, and I don't ever get blisters in them. I have not had a single blister or a hot spot since I've gotten these shoes. So these work for me. They may not work for you, but they do work for me. For a long time, I didn't even want these shoes because everybody had them, and I hate jumping on bandwagons, but I finally caved, bought them, and I love them. So they're awesome. But you don't need those shoes. You don't need to spend any money on shoes. Just use the shoes that you've already got at home. So the only thing that you need to think about is, are they comfortable, and do they have enough tread to get me to not slip and fall on trail? If you can say yes to those two questions, then you're likely gonna be okay wearing whatever footwear you've got on the trail. So that's gear item number one that you don't need to spend a dime on, that you 100% do not need to buy. All right, number two, this is the rain jacket that I am finally gonna be able to use on a trail. I got this a couple months ago. This is the Rab Phantom. This jacket is a very expensive jacket. It costs about $250. You can find this for around $200. I bought this for a little bit over $100. And the reason this is so expensive is because it's so lightweight. It only weighs a little over 3 ounces. So this is one of the lightest rain jackets on the planet. But you don't need to buy something like this. See, rain jackets sit in your backpack like 99% of the time. The only time you're ever gonna bust out a rain jacket is obviously if it's raining, or if it's maybe really windy, or you just wanna kind of break that wind. Don't break the wind, please. Or you need a windbreaker out on trail, maybe as a hard shell or something. But for the vast majority of your trip, this sits in your pack And there's been several trips. I've never even pulled this out. So for me, I want this to work. I want it to be waterproof and I want it to be lightweight, because if it's gonna sit in my pack, I don't want to have to think about it. It's just dead weight that I end up bringing for a lot of the trips. But you don't need to buy this. You can get away with going to like a Walmart and going to the camping section. You can even get a 6-pack on Amazon for like less than 10 bucks of these rain ponchos. Now, yes, they are disposable. Yes, they are very thin plastic, but if you bring 1 or 2 of them with you, it's gonna work just fine for the majority of the backpacking trips out there. We're not talking about like mountaineering or extreme weather conditions or anything like that. We're just talking about general backcountry camping. For the vast majority of people, a cheap 99-cent poncho that you can literally buy at Walmart in the camping section is perfect. And that's pretty much the one item that you'll have to spend $1 on. Like, seriously, dude, $1? You're worried about $1? Like, get over it. All right, the next item, a pillow. This is the Outdoor Vitals pillow. I have never used this. I just got it sent to me very recently, but I will be trying this out this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. You don't need to buy one of these though. I hope they don't mind me saying that. You really don't. You don't need to buy a pillow. You don't even need to bring a pillow. These are super convenient, but you could just use your down jacket. You could ball this up, you know, put it inside of a stuff sack and use it as a pillow. You could use your clothing as a pillow. You could use something else as a pillow, but you definitely don't need to spend money on a pillow. Now, a pillow is probably gonna be a lot more comfortable, and for the most parts, pillows are really inexpensive. You can get them for like as little as 15 bucks. But if you're going out for your first or second backpacking trip, or you're just trying it out, and you're worried about that budget, and you just want to make sure that you don't spend a ton of money, you don't have to worry. There's ways to get around using a pillow. So gear item number 3 that you don't have to buy is a pillow. Okay, number 4, let's talk about stuff sacks for a second. I have a love-hate relationship with stuff sacks. I think a lot of times they're kind of useless in most situations, but they are helpful for some people because they like to organize that gear and know exactly where it's at and that kind of thing. But if you have a backpack that's pretty waterproof, like if you have a Dyneema backpack, or maybe you're gonna use something else to kind of waterproof your bag, you really don't need to bring the stuff sacks. You can literally stuff the items that you have in the order that you want to take them out of the pack in your pack. So like for instance, for me, my sleeping bag or my quilt, I don't put it inside of any type of a stuff sack at all. I literally just take it and shove it down into the bottom of my backpack when I go backpacking, and that's it. That's what I do. If you're worried about waterproofing, you can just put like a garbage bag inside of your backpack first and then stuff everything inside of that, and then kind of tie off the top of the garbage bag, and now you've got a waterproof backpack essentially. Or if you're worried about like a ditty bag, and a ditty bag is like where you keep all your ditties. It's just all the stuff, the extra stuff that you bring, like your knife maybe, and your headlamp maybe, and your battery chargers and your cables and your toothbrush or whatever else just bounces around in your backpack. You take a ditty bag with you. You don't really need to bring even a ditty bag. There's a lot of companies that want to sell you a ditty bag, and I have several ditty bags that I've bought, and I'm totally for them because I go backpacking a lot. But you could just bring a gallon Ziploc bag if you want to. It's really simple. Gallon Ziploc bags actually work decently well. You can see through them, so you know exactly where everything's at. They're waterproof. The only problem with them that I found is that they kind of rip easily out in the backcountry, so you want to kind of be careful with them a little bit. But you don't need to buy that ditty bag. You can use a Ziploc bag. You can stuff stuff down into your backpack. You can put your clothes, if you want to, inside of your sleeping bag and ball that up and put it inside your backpack. You can even get rid of your clothing bag if you want to. But stuff sacks, get rid of them. You don't need them for your first couple backpacking trips. Down the road, maybe. It's up to you. But anyway, hope that saves you guys a couple bucks. That was gear item number 4 that you don't need. All right, number 5, this is it. This is the last one. After this, I'm done, all right? And we just talked about this item on a very recent video. I will link that right here, or I'm just gonna put it, you'll see it. It is this here. It is a spoon. Now, granted, these are really inexpensive. You can get this for like 8 or 9 bucks on Amazon, but you can literally, check this out, on your way to your backpacking trip, okay? Stop at Dairy Queen or stop at a McDonald's or stop somewhere and get a long-handled plastic spoon right after you order your malt or your shake or your blizzard or whatever it is on your way to your backpacking trip and use that instead. As a matter of fact, ask the person in the drive-thru if you can have maybe a spare or two. Yes, they're super disposable. Yes, they'll break easy, but guess what? If you lose it, you won't care. If you break it, it's not the end of the world. And it was a free spoon. Titanium spoons will cost you $10, $15. This will cost you $8, $9. A blizzard costs you maybe $3, $4, but you got to eat it and you got yourself a free spoon. So that's gear item number 5 that you didn't have to buy for your backpacking trip. Did you know I have an Instagram? I will link it right here for you guys. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell notification so that I can send you a video every single time it's released. And I will see you on the next one.